Welcome to the best damn arm wrestling sports show. I'm Scott Wynn coming to you from California.
Yeah, Reza Dilmaghanian from South Arizona.
Myself, Cobra Rhodes, citizen of the planet, would like to welcome you all to the best damn arm wrestling show on the planet.
Yeah.
My man.
What's up, Cobra?
I'm on slow motion, master.
Yeah.
You know, hanging out, working on my tan. I've been closing my hand a little bit. See what's gonna happen
I don't
when I
think
meet some fools.
people don't want you closing your hand.
Well, Tough Titty said to Kitty when the milk ran dry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
boy. Yeah,
So
we gonna get at him.
So it sounds like you've been training.
No, I haven't been training, but I did close my hand for a minute right there, Brother Scott. And I'm gonna bust some fools open. I guarantee you that. I watched the show here today. Actually did a little commentary, took notes, and I watch these arm wrestlers from North America go over there to England show and get their little biscuit spanked on. It just tore a pimp up.
Wow.
But I understand what it's like. I understand what it's like to want to be the man.
Yes, sir. So before we go too much further into that, let's find out a little bit more about Cobra Rhodes. And when did you start arm wrestling? How old were you?
A kid,
Kid, I know.
single digits, arm wrestling,
Yeah.
the family gets together, kids, the Thanksgiving and holidays and such, had the kids table, the kids, might have been a plastic spoon as opposed to the,
Bad.
the flow blue china. But, kids always fucking with each other, testing something. We all kids, ain't shit changed. Ain't that right, master?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We all breathe the perfect breath when we're out of the mama's biscuit right there. About an inch and a half under your belly button. That's when you're breathing properly. See,
From the time
second after that, you start cheating yourself.
Yes,
Taking
sir.
those shortcuts in life. Isn't that right, master?
Yes, sir. No shortcuts in life.
About an inch and a half below the belly button. That's where you find out how much balls you got in there. Ain't that right, master?
Yeah.
We start cheating ourselves after birth.
You start trying to sit and then everything changes.
There he is.
1, 2.
Breathing and counting the breath. Simplicity.
Simple elegance.
The
Amen.
first tournament I competed in, I lost my first match and I walked up to John Brezink and I asked him for advice and he didn't want to tell me shit. And then I went back and I asked him again and he said, just breathe. And I went back and I got third place. And that's the same concept in Zen, just breathe.
So he saved your life in essence.
He saved that tournament because I was
If you
pissed
don't,
the fuck
I'm just saying, if you weren't breathing, you're gonna die.
off.
Yeah, can't
Yeah.
breathe, can't fight.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's funny. When we were kids, we used to arm wrestle and put the mashed potatoes, on each side. So when you got beat, you went down to the mashed potatoes. And then there was always the thread of the lit candle, right?
See, that's obvious. See, Scott, you grew up in a different world. Y'all had money. You was all wrestling over smashing food, buddy.
We have mashed potatoes.
Them mashed potatoes would have been turted out at my crib. Somebody was eating. You know what I'm saying?
There was no extra mashed potatoes.
You want to put your little twig in the pile, then go for it. But I'm trying to get that tater in my
I hear you.
Mm.
So Cobra, did you predict what happened with Gasparini and Matt Mask?
No, I did not. I did not. Because I thought that Matt would have been, you know what was weird about that match, with which I took notes the entire thing. I was going to release some content on my page, and I'm pretty lazy with the snap face thing, and I noticed right away that Gasparini boy's hand is super rigid.
His hand stayed up like this through the whole match while Matt's hand
Yeah.
just kind of came
And
under
he
every time.
even balled it up. And I noticed some things in the Sarah Bachman match, and I noticed people are not imposing their will in arm wrestling since I left the sport. They're just like, why would you let someone off the hook when you have any bit of an advantage?
That's
Why
what I
would you
said.
why would you give someone another? I mean, if you can stop it from happening, why would you let someone get another start on? You know what I mean? The whole
100%.
setup thing in arm wrestling, I hate. The part I love about this sport is after the man says go.
Of course,
That's when you start to the
the real match.
whole mind fuck of
Yeah.
how strong you are. And you can have your opponent done by the time they mention that you're on deck against you. But when you're in the thick shit, when you're pulling Ahmad, who doesn't care who you are,
Well, yeah, that's
welcome
what
to the
memories are
paradise. That's
created.
what happened to these North Americans
Yeah, we all had harsh
today.
realities today.
Welcome to the terror. Reza, you know what I'm screaming.
Oh,
Welcome
I
to the
know all
territory.
too well. I've
Public
had
enemy number
some
one.
hell of a matches
Listen,
with
man.
Kazakis
Listen.
and Georgians, and they are hell. They just destroy you and make you feel like you want to go home and cry.
Yeah, you want to eat, man. You want to eat.
Yeah.
We're talking about places where guys, I've said it at nauseum, guys who finish ninth at their national championships, but come over here and win overalls,
Yeah. The
you
thing is,
know, at 155 pounds.
Tony looked so much bigger than the kid from
Tony was bigger
Bulgaria.
than anyone in the matches today.
Not
Tony's been
really.
Dude,
since
Not
his
really. I didn't see
shoulders
that.
and his pecs and his
since the new
fucking
Tony
everything. He
showed
was
up.
like,
He's the most impressive person you see at an arm wrestling table. Since the new Tony
yeah.
got big and strong, you haven't seen anyone look that impressive,
Yeah.
stature-wise at the
Yeah, he
table,
was a beast. He was a beast.
and very strong, very believing in his power.
The only thing that I feel, and I said this a few days ago, is I felt that they all are going to have difficulties with those WAF, IFA style rules.
You know what? And to me, this is something bullshit. Close your hand and pull. Pin that man.
Yeah, but Americans are more lenient.
No.
Americans are more lenient.
They take that nipple out their mouth. Listen, man. You close your hand and you get in there. Act like a man or a woman.
That's true.
Or Caitlin. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. But get in there. I mean, this is arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, that's like saying don't have handles if you show up at judo class. Show up at judo without a grip. Tell me what.
Face
Tell
plant.
me about it after they wake you up.
Face plant.
How that went. Show up at judo with no hands. Skin off your face. Like it's not a movie, people. It's not a movie. It's real.
Now, today's event compared to Moldova what's your take on it?
Why don't you ask your co-host? Surely you jest.
Scott, the event in Turkey versus the event in Moldova, your take?
The one that just took place,
Mhm.
geez, again, uncomparable. You got again fireworks, no fireworks.
Surely you jest.
Um,
Reza, what are we doing here? No.
there was no audience there.
Yeah, there was no audience. I noticed that as
The
well.
the announcing on both the YouTube channel and the announcer
No,
itself were
that's okay. I'm just
We're
I'm
okay.
thinking about what happened on the table. I thought that's what Reza was asking. Let's not beef on their production. You got to remember the Moldova show. I produced that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's correct. I
Yeah.
do remember that. You were the
Yeah.
man.
You were the,
So
Travis kept saying
let's
he
not-
was the man all the whole time. It's like
pardon?
Travis remember he kept saying he was the man.
I
you were-
don't remember
but
that.
you were
I'm
the
sure
man.
I mean, I hired Travis for that show, so of course Travis would. I mean, I understand that. I'm not worried about that.
I know. You held your composure. I was right
Yeah, I
there.
mean, Yeah.
It was humorous, to say
Yeah.
the least. But
Who ran security? You know the rest.
yeah.
I'm
But yeah, no comparison. And even with the arm wrestling,
Well, that was another. Come on, dude. That was Andre Pushkar's biggest day. I sat with Andre Pushkar
yeah,
after that event, and he said,
there was so many
Thank-
names.
"This is the biggest day of my career." I mean, the guy left with 30 grand,
Beautiful.
not even winning the whole shit.
yeah, bless his soul, man. Pushkar was an amazing arm wrestler.
Royalty, sportsman royalty.
Yeah.
If we didn't know him, imagine that guy in catch wrestling. Oh, oh.
Yeah, the lineup in Moldova was there was no space. You know what I mean? Everybody it was just thick as you can get right there. And in Turkey,
Some of the
you know what I
top
mean?
North Americans over there, didn't we?
Yeah, did you see Zoliev taking Todd so easily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much. I knew technically much better arm wrestling coming in without even close to a weight cut. He came in light, and that's a healthy kid
Yeah.
who knows how to arm wrestle. His DNA is arm wrestling.
Yeah, those were actually pretty good matches. I didn't see him taking it
Yeah,
too
yeah.
easy, but those are
Oh yeah,
those are good
absolutely
matches.
fabulous, magnificent top rolls with power not to let Todd slide in there and do his day wrecking that
And
he does.
maintain control, so there wasn't
Yeah,
much
so
strap
well.
work. There was almost no
Yeah,
strap.
it wasn't even a questionable call. Those were parallel pins. He pinned him.
Yeah.
Zola was strong enough to complete it all. There was a slip at the end of those first two pins, but think this is Todd Hutchins. Nobody does that to him. You never seen that. At
Rustam.
him over 200 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You haven't seen you've never seen that kind of dominance.
Yeah.
And that's what, listen, the strict WAF table, that 7-inch pad, that matters to me in my heart, not because I've won all these WAF titles or something. Or listen, I don't kick teeth in everywhere.
How many WAF titles have you won, Cobra, over the years?
I don't know. Ask King and Adam. Listen, the thing is, it's a clean sport. If people are going to talk about, little Susie blows and fucks or Billy Badass is the best one, it needs to be legitimate. And people I saw in the chat, they're calling the fouls. Blah, blah. Well, you know what?
That's what they're
Get
supposed
in
to
the
do.
control. Close your fucking hand. in arm wrestling. I don't want to hear about, oh, the rules weren't for the get the
They
Hey,
need
hey,
floating hand tag.
Cobra.
man. Listen, dude. I won world titles at clan rallies, dude.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
the
Cobra,
people that
hey.
I'm talking to right now, know you guys know the people I'm talking to. You know what I mean? I might as
Hey.
well have won some shows. Am I right or wrong, fella? The odds are stacked against you sometimes. These guys had an easy day. They got a GoFundMe account. And people tell trauma.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize it wasn't so easy to travel back then,
Yeah.
Yeah, sure it was.
or
Sure.
cheap. Absolutely. So, hey, tell us
You know what I'm
about,
saying?
hey,
You're talking
hey,
about
listen,
rules?
tell us
talk-
about you. I want to arm wrestle because you just said that. You just reminded me. Are you ready to arm wrestle?
Oh, you're talking about the Game of Arms, Pooh?
Yeah, yeah, how that came
Louisiana,
about. Yeah,
show.
yeah.
That was I'm ready to arm wrestle now.
Yeah,
Can I
that one.
arm wrestle now? That
Yeah.
I said it for the AMC, the Game of Arms show, GOA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what happened with that thing? It's really, really weird. Like it became like some it wasn't viral, but like every person that pancake trolls was like excited about this line.
It's a saying. Hey, it's a saying, dude. People
Yeah,
say
because
it.
I said I'm ready to arm wrestle now. Can I arm wrestle?
Yeah.
But we were shooting in Louisiana for the second episode. We didn't even know what episode it was at that point. The bourbon was so good for me. And giggly twig. Yes. Anywho, what's the boys? Chop. About 3.25, 350 or something. He was like world ranked left-handed or something. Chop was at the point. I had no idea who they were running me into. And anyway, I found out. I saw him. I'm like, oh wow, that dude's shorter than me. But they said he's 300 pounds. And so I'm like, Craig Julia is like, hey, bro, you know I love you, man. But Chop ain't no joke. You know, Craig Chop. You know, Chop ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Like, oops. Because I just saw Ethan like blow through the other boy that was like 800 pounds. What was his name? Oh sweet, but the funniest person, cast member of the show besides Beach Muscles. I yell. I'm a Chop's boy.
He was a beast, man. Ethan looked like a pimp in that match, dude. That definitely should have blew up his
of
career.
course. Oh, bless everyone's soul. Now I'm gonna get my ass whooped because I forgot a line, but I mean, oh boy, but it's you know, anywho, one left. So anyway, it's like 1,000,000 degrees out there. We're on a dock with like just dead shrimp skins everywhere. The exoskeletons and such heads in the brine, you can smell. And I'm like, fuck, I'm ready to bang. I'm gonna tear this fucking kid's hand off. I'm thinking. And
Psyching up.
oh yeah, just trying to get, I don't know. They got at the time they got what's his name is shooting the piece Gillingham, the was Bryan Cranston show at the time.
Something bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Gillingham, the guy that shoot he shot that he was there helping produce that episode of Game of Thrones. And like I met dude, just a little chief session. And I'm like, I all I knew was I was hot and I was ready to back. And the sound and the things and it's showbiz. So that Cobra, 2 minutes, you're on, your mark, get ready, you're gonna be at the table and do the match. Just do your thing. I'm like, good. I'm gonna fucking arm wrestle. Now.
Bada bing, bada
So
boom.
yeah, but And so I'm just getting ready I know where I'm going. I know my marks. And I just want to be in the moment because I don't really want to like lose on AMC show. I mean, like I didn't stick a needle in my ass and I wasn't worried about losing like that, but I just like trying real hard when the referee said go. And but it seemed the ref never said go because every time they said 2 minutes, Cobra, I'm fucking getting ready and I never got to arm wrestle now. So like they just caught me on some B-roll shit saying I'm ready to. I mean, it's just so unfair. But they like I was just talking to me, but they caught it. So, I was ready to arm myself then. Yeah, I was ready to arm myself then.
I fucking love it, dude. Nobody knows that shit. It's so great because it's like, dude, get a shirt made with your face on it. I'm telling you right now, it will sell, bro. Are you ready to arm
I
myself?
was ready to arm myself then, but I learned from the time that listen, I mean, no, everybody's got excuses this day. Ass is kicked, but I lost 5 pounds before pulling that beast. Before we even pulled, because I'm like, you know what I mean? I freaking shit all my muscle out.
So Cobra,
I can arm wrestle like hell.
Tell me about the exploding hand technique.
It'll get you. It'll get you.
Where did the exploding hand technique become famous?
Does it get all over the place?
FPG, you know. Look at that. Look at my background there. See what I thought that boy Reza? You was there when I schooled.
Oh yeah.
He's behind me there.
Yeah. That's great, dude. He's been blocking you this whole time, Reza.
I'm the hidden. I'm always hidden. I'm ninja.
Yeah. That's so awesome, dude. Look how big Devin is. Devin's huge right there too, man.
Oh, he looks like a little boy.
No,
it's not Devin?
He looks like a little boy, bro. Look at him. He's about 6,000 pancakes behind.
Yeah. At least. Let me get out this shot.
That is great. Where's this now? Looks like Canada.
Yeah. Senor Frogs?
Is it Senor Frogs? Yes, yeah, I didn't make it.
Might be Senor Frogs.
Don't y'all worry about where it's at.
Yeah, I don't.
It's right. That's where it's at. That's all you need to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Phil.
So Scott, when was the first time in your career that you arm wrestled Cobra Rhodes?
First time I've ever faced him was would have had to been
Bakersfield Apricot Festival.
No, I'm gonna say Universal Studios, dude. North American, the bum equipment tournament.
And I pulled Gary Ray a million times.
No. Was it? No, it wasn't Gary Ray. Was he in our class?
Universal Studios, right?
Yeah.
That was Marvin and Rick Sumwalt's show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and I, we pulled in the finals, in the final 4. You and I
Mm-hmm.
drew each other. He raked me across the table, just like Marvin told me he was gonna do.
Yeah, my friend. Yeah.
And he just fully extended me and I held him there and he just kind of looked at me, kind of gave me like this Cobra look, like, I got you, motherfucker. And he did. And I was like, he got me. I'm fucked, That was the first time.
It was a kind getting.
Yeah. Yeah, but we had some fun afterwards in the after pulling and the after party was my birthday. That was some good times.
Did we have any fun in New York that time?
Fuck New York. Chicago was the best.
Ooh.
Chicago was the best.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's too many X.
The feds. Easy.
No doubt. But crazy enough is we've only arm wrestled, I think, I want to say only twice in competition. Because he's always been, usually he's a higher weight than me. Like in the beginning years, all the way up through the 90s. I think you were up in the close.
165.
No, well, Yukon Jack,
Yeah.
you arm wrestled Jerry
Every-
Nelson. It was 190 and under.
Yeah.
I was in the 160 class. That was
Yeah.
92.
Yeah.
So
that
you weren't
hey,
165
first
that
show was
day.
nuts. Hey, do you remember that first show? The way that John, you listen, when Lupke smashed Brezink in that first round, it was like, oh, the tournament's over. And John ended up busting Rich's shoulder and winning that tournament.
Yeah.
That very first, and Jerry Nelson, God rest his soul. That was his last major show. He beat me that day.
Dude, he
I
was
beat him-
amazing,
I
bro.
beat him the first match of the day. And we pulled all day.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget him and you arm wrestling and him. You know what I mean? Just
He stayed
bald-headed
down.
Jerry.
You know what that reminds me of? The match I had with Johnny Walker in San Francisco.
Yukon Jack too, right?
Yeah, another Yukon Jack.
I skipped that one.
Well, they let me in. They
Yeah.
let me in, and I showed up, bro. I banged. I pulled with him. I wasn't
Yeah.
scared of nobody.
That was 190 and under too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was weighing in at like 160. I mean, it was easier to pull a heavier class than to pull against some of the things I had to deal with in lighter weight classes.
It's funny. I always say that the lighter guys are more technical. There's more of us.
No, I had other things I was having to overcome, so I just figured I'd
Beat up on the big
just
guys.
push the envelope. I mean, just look at the film, man. You know, just there ain't much film, no. I don't think. I don't know. I never had a camera on me. You know what I
Cobra,
mean?
so what's the most difficult European you've ever faced?
Sharon Remes, but he's actually from Israel, but he's now from Motola, Sverige, Sweden. This has been his home since '93.
And when did you pull him?
Oh, I pulled him since '89 Worlds, Athens. But after like that Athens meet, there was some match. Oh God, the Uzo. I was high as giraffe pussy that tournament. But I like beat the
Yes.
super heavyweight champ. It was a sit down Worlds or something. And there was a match. I beat the super heavyweight champ, so they were like calling me like the overall champion or something. But there was no overall tournament kind of thing.
Right.
So it's just like, let's see what this little skinny black kid's gonna do against the super heavyweight world champ.
Oh shit.
I remember Karen Bean saying to me, "Andrew, don't beat him at home or something. Don't." And I was like, "Fuck that shit." And I was just a young kid then, '89.
Yeah.
My dick was, and I did that. And then like after that match, I think it's on Tactic or Giggle Face. Sharon Remes comes up with Ben Shaiben, the coach. He was the Israeli coach at the time. He was super, super big gambling kid. I love this guy. And anyway, and he had Sharon sit up there. Sharon had won like the 200-pound weight class or something that day. I won the 165s. And God, he just grabbed me and it was like horrible. I made sure I did not get injured that match. This is like way after the tournament, after they had paraded me all through downtown Athens, Greece. So I took that ass whooping like a good kid. And then a couple years later, I was doing a tour in Europe and Scandinavia and such, and got an invitation to come to Italy for an international meet. And Sharon and I were, of course, were brothers. This is back in the day of the phone bills. So you had to call someone and pay per call per minute. And so come on, meet a pimp in Italy. We're gonna do some things. He ended up flying back to Sweden with myself and Leonard Axion, the bad man, at Club Cobra, a big rock star bus. We
Nice.
toured for like 4 months on this bus doing arm wrestling promotions at the national arm wrestling, the national drag races and competitions for
shit.
drinking. And Sharon has never left Sweden. He married Lele Axion's cousin, Mia. And now Lele is now in Thailand. He has actually mastered, we'll talk about this off camera. But yeah, he's got a golf course and hotel and restaurants and things. He was one of the greatest Swedish moonshiners ever.
Nice.
And poker player and a real hustler, real ahead of the game guy. And yeah, we did that. Sharon is still holding it down in Sweden with Andreas Rundström. This is back in the days when I was showing Magnus Samuelsson how to close his hand.
I was just talking about Andreas, dude, and his setup.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know who he is, and remember that setup is like indistinguishable.
Yes, I was working with Andreas when he was a teenager.
I can
And
see that.
listen, there's a lot of talent over there that people have never even seen. In little places like Motala, Eskilstuna, Fornosa, Mjölby, Sweden. Strong, these farm boys and girls that have never even been on nobody knows who they are, but like their lineage, they are like as strong as the finger hooking guys from Norway. I don't know if you guys are familiar with finger hooking, but it's not a game that I play.
What were you experiencing when you went to Kazakhstan and you saw the training facilities firsthand? How did that make you feel, like as an
Oh,
American?
very, very proud.
Yeah.
Very, very proud to be in Shadara. We come a long way,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just to, and the reception. I mean, when you're sitting and having brunch with the number 2 man, politically in a nation, you know what I mean? And you understand that they love their athletes and they understand that you are a
Love them as-
sportsman as well.
Yeah.
So it's reciprocal. It's just proud for all of us, you know? But to be at a place like this with a rodeo drive of, listen, listen, on my YouTube page, you know I'm on YouTube?
Yeah.
No.
We gotta give you a shout out, Cobra. What's your YouTube channel?
Me.
Cobra Rhodes.
I know. I just role play. Okay. So
Me.
another random
What
question.
Conor McGregor say right now? Who the fuck is this guy?
Another random question, Cobra. While you were in Kazakhstan, did you get to watch any of the guys play the game where they're on the horse and they like
When I was in Kazakhstan,
yeah.
oh, of course, of course, I have the best rider in the country as my coach.
Yeah, I would like to see them play that game because I watched Angarbayev's little short documentary and
Oh, did he put something out about it?
yeah, where he's riding on the horse, and they're
And
like,
he has the goat.
yeah, and he has to like carry the fucking goat with one arm
Fuck,
while he's like
fuck.
riding the
Yes,
fucking
listen,
horse,
man.
and the other guys are trying to take it from him. It's
I'm
fucking crazy.
learned. I'm learned. Yeah. And this is
That's
the thing
fucking,
that you must
that's
listen.
ancient
This,
sport. That's
no,
the
but
real
listen,
deal.
yeah, but when the big boys play, that's a 70-kilo carcass.
Holy shit. That the dragon
That's
with
a
one
sev-
arm holding right
listen.
at the horse.
That's a 70. Listen, brother. If you don't have legs, don't even stretch. Don't even warm up. Some guy will talk about something. Oh, I'm a rodeo something or listen, kid. This ain't no
Yeah.
rodeo. This is kamikazes on meth. You know, it's coming in. But these kamikazes happen to have core and pop and this, the mental masturbation, you don't even know. But the hand strength to grab that carcass, you really want to grab inside of it, right at the head. Just grab that neck bone and hang on to it. But
On that note, Cobra,
you have men with whips.
Part 2.
Yeah.
we're gonna go to a part 2, guys.
Beating the